Good morning students. In today's session we are going to handle numerical problems under energy density, capacitance concept, conductor concept and some derivations under capacitance. The first problem is going to be if V is equal to x minus y plus xy plus z volt, find E at 1, 2, 3 and the electrostatic energy stored in a cube of side 2 meters centered at the origin. Once the problem is given, check what we need to identify. We have to identify the E. The given parameter is only V. From there we have to identify E. E is equal to negative gradient of your electric scalar potential. Now check what type of coordinate system given. So the system here given is x, y, z. So we have to solve this problem in Cartesian coordinate system. Under Cartesian coordinate system, gradient V, it can be written as dou V by dou x into Ax vector plus dou V by dou y into Ay vector plus dou V by dou z into Az vector. So we have to substitute the value of dou V as dou V by dou x into dou V by dou y into dou V by dou z as shown over here. Now differentiating this V with respect to x, y, z, we are getting, with respect to x if we differentiate we will get 1 plus y. With respect to y if we differentiate we will get minus 1 plus x. With respect to z means it is equal to 1. Now substitute it over here to get the value of E. So when you substitute it with P, you are getting E is equal to minus 3A. E is equal to minus 1 plus y into Ax plus x minus 1 into Ay plus Az. But we need to identify the electric field intensity at this particular point, that is 1, 2, 4. Wherever you have x, substitute 1, y equal to 2 and z is equal to 4. After substituting, we got the value of E as minus 3Ax minus Az. Next, we need to identify the value of electrostatic energy stored. Electrostatic energy stored means the energy stored WE is equal to, formula is 1 divided by 2 integral over the volume of space epsilon naught E square into dV. This is the energy stored formula. We need to identify the electrostatic energy stored. The value of epsilon naught is going to be 8.854 into 10 to the power of minus 3. It is going to be the constant, and E is going to be the electric field intensity, which we have already found. So the value of E is already found and the same can be utilized and it can be substituted over here. dV is nothing but your differential volume element, which is nothing but dx, dy and dz. From here you can identify WE as E square. E square means 2 times you have to multiply this E. After multiplying you are getting this equation. Keep that equation as such. Then WE is equal to half, epsilon is constant so take it outside, E square, dV is expressed as dx, dy, dz. In the given problem they asked to identify the electrostatic energy stored in a cube of side 2 meter. So x, y, z, all the 3 sides is going to be 2, 2, 2. Therefore the cube is centered at the origin. Therefore all the variables x, y and z will vary from minus 1 to 1. Minus 1 to 1. Y-axis also minus 1 to 1. Z is also minus 1 to 1. With respect to x, y, z, we need to differentiate this. After differentiating, we have got the value of value of your work energy stored. WE is equal to 0.12985 nanojoules. After substituting and simplifying the equation, we'll get the equation as we'll get the value of the energy stored, electrostatic energy stored as 0.12985 nanojoules. One more problem. Point charge Q1 1 nanocoulomb, Q2 minus 2 nanocoulomb, Q3 3 nanocoulomb and Q4 minus 4 nanocoulomb are placed at 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, minus 1 and 0, 0, 1 respectively. Calculate the energy in terms in the system when all the charges are placed. This is the coordinate 0 comma 0 comma 0 one charge, 1 comma 0 comma 0 in x-axis, 1 comma 0 comma 0, 0 comma 0 comma minus 1, 0 comma 0 comma 1. So all the 4 charges are placed over here. Because of these 4 charges, what is the energy stored in the system? We need to identify. When Q1 is placed, the work done will be equal to 0, as E is equal to 0, hence W1 is equal to 0. When you are placing Q1, at that moment there is no charge available surrounding this. Hence, when you are moving the charge Q1 to this origin, then the work done will be equal to 0, as the field exerted is equal to 0. Next, when Q2 is placed, when you are placing the Q2, Q1 is present. Therefore, Q2 is equal to, work done W2 will be equal to Q2 V21. Q2 into, because of charge Q1, what is the potential? So, Q1 divided by 4 pi epsilon R21. R21 means distance between Q1 and Q2. Here when you identify the distance, it is going to be 1. Similarly, after identifying, the value is going to be minus 17.9754 joules. Similarly, when you place Q3, Q1 and Q2 are available. Therefore, Q3 will be equal to W3. The work done W3 is equal to, you are moving the charge Q3 in the presence of Q2 and Q1. Therefore, Q3 into Q1 divided by 4 pi epsilon R31 plus, again you are moving charge Q3 in the presence of Q2. So, Q3 into Q2 divided by 4 pi epsilon R32. So, we can find the value of work done W3 for when Q3 is placed, Q2 and Q1 will be present. When Q4 you are placing, Q1, Q2, Q3, all the 3 charges will be present. Now, next we can identify the value of W3. W3 can be identified as Q3, you are moving it in the presence of your Q1 as well as in the presence of your Q2. Identifying the value, we are getting minus 11.168 joules. Similarly, when you move charge Q4 in the presence of Q1, Q2 and Q3, we'll get the equation Q4 V41 plus Q1 V42. So, when you expand and write the equation, we will get W4 is equal to Q4. Because of Q1, what is the potential? 4 pi epsilon R41 plus, this is going to be common, Q4 is going to be common. Then because of Q2, what is going to be the potential? 4 pi epsilon R42. Then because of Q3, what is the potential going to exert at that particular point? 4 pi epsilon R. This is R42, here R43. This is going to be the total potential occurring at point 4. When calculating, we'll get the value of Q4 as 39.035. Therefore, the total work done in moving the charges, adding W1 plus W2 plus W3 plus W4, it is going to be minus 68.178 joules. Next problem. Find the energy stored in a system of 4 identical charges of 4 nanocoulomb at the corners of the square of side 1 meter. What is the energy stored if the 2 charges are placed at the corners of the square? So, this is going to be the diagram. You have the 4 identical charges Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. All the 4 charges is going to be identical, whose value is 4 nanocoulomb and are placed at the corners of the square. The side of the square is going to be 1 meter. What is the energy stored? What is the stored energy if only 2 charges are placed at the corners? Either these 2 charges or these 2 charges, if it is placed, what will be the energy stored? So, 2 conditions you need to identify. So, if you take the sides, if the angle between the 2 sides in a square is going to be 90 degree, therefore, half of that it is going to be 45 degree. When you identify the distance between 2 to 4 is going to be root 2, 1 to 3 is going to be root 2. When you move charge Q1 from infinity to the point Q, only W1 will be present. That W1 will be equal to 0. Here we have to analyze when Q1 is there. Other charges were not there. So, at that time the work done will be 0. Here when Q2 you are bringing, when you are bringing Q2 from infinity to the point under consideration, only Q1 will be available. So the work done by Q2 is W2, which is equal to Q2 into Q1 divided by, Q2 into Q1 divided by 4 pi epsilon R12. Similarly, when you bring charge Q3 from infinity to the point under consideration, at that moment you will get the field due to Q1 and Q2. Therefore, W3 is equal to Q3 into Q1 divided by 4 pi epsilon R31 plus Q3 into Q2 divided by 4 pi epsilon R32. Likewise, we need to identify the value of the charge as shown over here. When you identify, W2 is going to be 144 nanojoules. Similarly, when you move Q3 from infinity to point to the position 3, then because of these two charges, a potential is going to get exerted at this point, and the value of the potential work done W3 is equal to Q3 into V31 plus Q3 into V32. After identifying, the value of W3 is 245.48 nanojoules. Similarly, when you identify the value, when the fourth charge when we are bringing, the fourth charge, it will have it in the presence of Q1, Q2, Q3, the work has to be done. At that time, if we substitute the value of Q1, Q2, Q3 in the presence of Q4, the total work done is obtaining is 389.292 nanojoules. The total energy stored in the system is going to be WE, which is going to be W1 plus W2 plus W3 plus W4. Therefore, the total energy is 779 nanojoules. When two charges are placed at the corners of the square, then the total energy stored will be only W1 and W2. That time it is equal to 144 nanojoules. Only when two charges are placed, then the total energy stored is going to be 144 nanojoules. Now the concept of energy density and the capacitor comes into the picture. Using the concept of energy density, the concept of energy density is half epsilon E square. Find the energy stored between two concentric spherical shell of radius R1 and R2, where R2 is greater than R1. Here two concentric spherical shell we need to draw. Here the value of R2 is greater than your R1, and you have to obtain the expression for capacitance. It is just like a parallel plate. We can write E is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon R square AR vector. It is your electric field intensity, because the concept of energy stored is half epsilon E square. The value of E is going to be Q divided by 4 pi epsilon into R square, and epsilon is going to be constant. From this, it is possible for us to substitute. We know that the differential volume element half epsilon E square into dV. dV is nothing but differential volume element. Since we are going to use a spherical charge, we have dV is equal to dr. d theta is going to vary r into d theta. This is the differential elemental length along your phi axis. Substituting the value of dV in this equation, we will get dWe is equal to half epsilon. This is going to be the value of E square. This is going to be the value of dV. Once it is done, the value of your differential energy work done. R means it is integrated between the limits R1 to R2, because it is having two concentric spherical shell, where the inner shell is of radius R1 and outer shell is going to be R2. Therefore, in between this only the limit can withstand. And the value of theta always ranges from 0 to pi. Why? Because theta is the angle from z axis to the point under consideration, and phi, it is the angle made from x axis to the point under consideration. So it can vary throughout your 360 degree. After simplifying the differential amount of energy stored, we can obtain it as 1 by 2 q square divided by 4 pi R1 into R2 divided by minus R1 plus R2. Also in the problem, they have told to identify the capacitor. It is nothing but the energy stored in the capacitor. Also, they are asked to identify the value of your capacitance. In simple, we can write WE is equal to half CV square. When you compare these two equations, C is equal to Q divided by V. 1V will get cancelled. Therefore, finally we will get the energy stored in the capacitor WE is equal to half QV. Okay, so when you compare these two equations, we can identify the value of your capacitance, or in the place of V you can put Q divided by C. In the place of V we can put Q divided by C in this equation. If you put, we'll get WE is equal to half C. In the place of V, in the place of V we can put Q divided by C. So we'll get Q square divided by C square. Here when you compare these two equations, the value of your capacitance is going to be half and half will get cancelled. Half and half same. Q square is going to be same. In the denominator you have these many terms. Therefore the value of capacitance is going to be 4 pi epsilon R1 into R2 divided by minus R2 minus R1. So we'll get the value of your capacitance as 4 pi epsilon divided by 1 by R1 minus 1 divided by R2. We can write WE is equal to half CV square, or C is equal to Q by V, or V is equal to Q divided by C. By comparing those two equations, comparing this equation with this, it is possible for us to identify the value of the capacitance. C is equal to 4 pi epsilon. And in turn, if you take this R1 and R2 below, you will get 1 minus R1 divided by 1 minus R2. The value of capacitance is going to be 4 pi epsilon by 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Thank you, students.